Welcome back to Unchained Warriors, as this is episode 2. Before we begin this video, I actually have to clear some air a little bit. In the last video, I got a few things wrong that I did not realize that I got wrong until I had already done the video and had already uploaded it. So, the first thing is that Alex was never actually in our club. I thought that maybe he was, but everything kind of just happened, and it was the first few moments and the first impression that I had of the club as well. And Blake also was not really causing havoc as I thought he was, because he was actually burning Alex's car. I thought it was kind of funny because I was just talking there casually in the video, and then Jerry just started drilling this guy, just unloaded like 6 clips into his chest. I think it had something to do with him, being on our turf when he shouldn't have been, or something along those lines. But I'm not going to really get into too much of the drama of it because, what can I say? This isn't Sons of Anarchy. We are the Unchained Warriors. Oh, and another thing, Siriu is not actually the vice president. He is actually the sergeant at arms. There is another member that is the vice president that actually I have not met yet, but anyways, I have got a video to do. Now I'm part of something bigger, something grander, something bigger than myself. I'm part of a group that stands for the little guy, but also takes care of their own. I am now a member of the Unchained Warriors of Grand Sonora Desert. Not long after I changed my outfit to suit the Unchained Warriors, we had another initiation to attend. But instead of following Serial like I was supposed to do, I decided to crash my bike and do a sign. Man, I really need to get better at writing because I have recorded now up to our 3rd, might be the 4th episode. And in just this short time, I've already had a whole different outlook on how this game is played. Because normally I'd fly around on either my Oppressor or my Deluxo, but that's not allowed in this club. And so now, even when I'm not doing motorcycle club duties, I still tend to not use my Oppressor, if that makes any sense. But I don't know, it's just the whole outlook, and I'm just starting to change, I guess. But anyways, we've got an initiation, and I was actually trying to get a look at this guy whose name is True Batman. But so Siriu and I decided to stand guard outside of this mill thing, and for some reason Blake decided to swan dive right off the top as if the stock market had crashed and he just lost billions of dollars, and I truly was not expecting that. So True Batman decides to ride with us before Blake gets back on his bike. And just a quick side note, the next day True Batman ended up getting executed out of the club because he messed up. So what you're going to see in this video is what is going to start on how he only survived 1 day with us until he got marked for death. I, unfortunately, was not there the day he was marked for death, so I did not get that recorded, but I have an idea of what happened, but let's get into that later. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, way back to the first episode, why am I the secretary now and no longer the enforcer? And it's actually pretty simple. The truth is, I am more of a laid-back member, and obviously I don't go looking for trouble, and that's not really something we do anyways. But obviously, if there is trouble, then I'm definitely going to the front line. But as far as the enforcer goes, it's kind of like the muscle. And the person that is the enforcer is more aggressive than I am. So we figured that person that fits the bill is Blake. We all agreed and even put it to a vote that Blake is a little more aggressive than me, so it would make him a better fit to be the enforcer. Me, I'm the guy that deals heavily in recruitment, and I'm the guy that mostly talks, and that's why I became the secretary, and I'm totally okay with it. It was put to a vote, and I agreed. Now it's time for True Batman to get suited up for the short time that he's going to be in this club. And while we were waiting, and Jerry was inviting True Batman to the club, Siriu and Blake noticed some guy on our turf. Now the first thing we do is message them and tell them to leave, and if they don't reply or don't do what we say, then we have grounds to engage them. So I decided to give them a hand because, let's face it, I'm pretty bored waiting, and on my way I decided to do some sick tricks. Landed that. Anyways, I arrived and there is a pretty big firefight going on, and we fight pretty well. I mean, Syrio and Blake do well. Of course, the opposition are using explosives like they're a bunch of whiny brats and can't take a fair fight. Okay, maybe I didn't actually die by these explosions because I think the first one was killed by an NPC. But yeah, trust me, they were actually using explosives because they were in a fighter jet. One of them was, anyways. But it is what it is. But we have other business to take care of, and Jerry calls us back to the clubhouse, and he told us don't worry about these idiots because we have more important matters to discuss. So I accept the invite, and we're just chilling outside of Jerry's meeting room, and I decided to just sit down for a minute, but it didn't last very long because I got bored and decided to stand up again. And there it is, fellas. Behind that door is where all the decision making happens. I have been told not to actually show what happens behind that door, so I won't show anything out of respect. But we had something important to discuss, and while we were chatting, True Batman decides that he is going to call this club stupid. So now we have to figure out what we're going to do to take out punishment. You are not allowed to speak ill of this motorcycle club at all. And of course, he called it an accident. Syrio and I decide that we are going to test this guy, and our president, Jerry, he had to leave because he had to go to work in real life. What a sissy. Don't you know you should put this game above everything else, including your work and home life? I'm totally kidding. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Anyways, True Batman has now got a task. We looked on the map and found a rival motorcycle club with 2 people in it. And we decided to give him the task of killing both of these guys at least once. The gamer tags are GHPJ and Tay Doin' the Cut. That's a weird gamer tag. But anyways, he has 3 tries to basically kill them. He's got to kill each one at least once, and if they end up killing him 3 times, then he's done. He's out of the club. But once he gets those 2 kills, if he kills both of them at least once, then he's in and he's free to move forward in our club. So I decided to ride up and meet with him. Syrio and I are just there to spectate. If there's anyone else that gets into the fight and they're not these 2 people that True Batman is supposed to be killing, then we will engage and we will help him out. But if anyone else kills True Batman, unless it's those 2, then it does not count. So it's got to be a little bit fair. So as you can see, I was getting my butt handed to me, but at the end, True Batman proved himself. But unfortunately, as I do not have the content, True Batman did not last very long. But like I said earlier, he ended up getting executed out, and he was not following the rules, and he was being a simp to the female supporter named Wobbly Jet. And that's the type of stuff that we just do not tolerate. But for now, I think I am going to call it and say that this is the end of the episode. For the next episode, we do have another recruit, and we will see how that turns out. So please stay tuned, and thank you so much for watching, and be sure to show your support by smacking the like button so hard that it will cause one of the 2 dormant volcanoes in Hawaii to erupt. And also subscribe if you're new, and contact me if you're interested in becoming an honorary member. As also, completely off the topic of motorcycle club stuff, make sure you follow me on TikTok and join my Discord as well. Thank you so much. See y'all later.
You need something, huh? One of your rides? Let me know. Alright, I'll get back to work.